All right, let's go. It has been another rough weekend in the world of crypto. Sure, maybe it wasn't as bad as Zoran Mamdani trying to bench press 135 pounds, or what it was like peeing at a Kamala Harris rally, and it definitely wasn't as bad as when she hasn't shaved for way too long, but it was still pretty hard to watch. I'd much rather enjoy my weekends with a big, delicious breakfast in the morning, where I can spend my day listening to some beautiful music. But as the old saying goes, you can't spell millionaire without a couple of L's. So we need to stay strong because it takes time to exterminate all the problems. Fixing corruption is not something that is going to happen overnight, but people are finally starting to wake up.
I can't understand how anyone would vote for Gavin Newsom. He's like clearly a sociopath and I was thinking about this today. Imagine rising to the position of governor of California, the sixth largest economy in the world, one of the most beautiful places in the world, and having your legacy be that you created a crime-ridden, bankrupt shithole.
The bad guys seem to be on the brink of falling, and it won't be long before we are all out there dancing like no one is washing, knowing that of course, there will always be problems, but it feels like things are being done at breakneck speed, and the truth is finally starting to come out.
Well, that missing minute in the Epstein video was basically me trying to get my fat ass up those stairs so I could murder Jeffrey. I've been feeling a little depressed since I lost, so I eat a lot of donuts and shit. So I was having a hard time going up those stairs because I have an abnormally fat ass. But once I got to Jeffrey's cell, it was easy peasy Epstein squeezy, you know what I mean?
So we got a lot to talk about in this video, from what it's like to have the worst name ever, to how it feels being stripped of your manhood, and from the joy of being welcomed by the other legends, to what it looks like when you try out a new hairstyle.
I just got my hair done. Said I got my hair done.
I'll do my best to answer all your pressing questions, like, should every bathroom in California adopt this design? Is it okay to tell your grandkids that this is Taylor Swift? What do you think about Rosie O'Donnell's new hat? Could there be a better place to go on a first date? How long should we wait before we appropriately honor Jasmine Crockett? And maybe most importantly of all, did Cracker Barrel miss out on what could have been the best marketing strategy ever?
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
For now, it's time to jump into the madness. But just remember that although we may stumble, we always get back up. So even when times get really tough, we can always fall back on the truth.
Nobody knows black struggle like white women.
All right, let's talk some crypto news. And we start right here with a potential partnership from Cardano Chuck.
I had a great conversation with Brad about XRP, and it'd be a lot of fun to do something there. So Lace is going to support XRP before the end of the year. I'd love to do a joint event with some of the people on that side of the aisle and see if we can get John Deaton there, a few others.
Speaking of Brad, he'll be speaking at this year's DC FinTech Week conference, taking place October 14th through the 17th. And this is pretty big from Gemini. Meet the Gemini credit card, XRP edition. Designed for enthusiasts, this limited edition metal card gives you up to 4% cash back in XRP instantly. No waiting, just stacking. We also saw that Ripple and Japan's SBI Holdings, through its subsidiary SBI VC Trade, announced partnership to distribute RLUSD stablecoin in Japan in Q1 of 2026. And this is really exciting news for all XRP holders. From Altcoin Gordon, the XRP BTC chart is about to smash through its 8-year downtrend, with 6+ spot XRP ETF approvals coming, partnership with Japan's SBI Holdings, the Ripple SEC case finally over, and massive upgrades for the XRPL underway. He says if there's one large cap which is about to pump hard, it's gonna be XRP. What we generally see during bull cycles is Bitcoin makes an all-time high first, then ETH makes an all-time high, both of which have already happened, and then we see an explosion throughout the altcoin market. Crypto Bull reminds us the bull run for XRP hasn't even begun yet. We are printing the same structure as in 2015 to 2018, and we are still closing below the previous all-time high. He says, with a much reduced percentage in gains, we should hit $37. And that news should get you more excited than when the FBI pressed John Bolton's nipples up against a car window. If your entire crypto stack lives on an exchange, you don't own it, you're just renting it until something goes wrong. That's why I switched to iTrust Capital's premium custody account. It's built completely different. A closed loop system where your crypto can be bought, sold, and held securely, but it cannot be withdrawn by anyone other than you. This means hackers, phishing links, and shady wallet drains are off the table. iTrust isn't some sketchy, trust us bro operation. They're partnered with Coinbase Prime, Fidelity, and Fireblocks. That's the same custody stack institutions rely on, now available to retail investors. What's even better, they've got US-based support that actually picks up the phone. And here's the bonus. If you're new, iTrust Capital will drop $100 into your account when you sign up with my code below. So if you're stacking for the long term, stop renting your crypto and actually own it. All right, let's take a look at some of the other top headlines, and we'll start right here with some welcome news that everyone can get excited about from Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
Thank you for being here for legal purposes. I actually just woke up an hour ago, threw on a suit, and didn't even wash my balls, but it's okay.
Oops, wrong clip. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell carefully opened the door to an interest rate cut in September.
The baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance. Monetary policy is not on a preset course. FOMC members will make these decisions based solely on their assessment of the data and its implications for the economic outlook and the balance of risks. We will never deviate from that approach.
He was then spotted alone in a bar, proving that even when he's supposed to meet up with friends, he is still too late.
Inflation is like your wife's boyfriend, no matter what. It won't go down on you enough in the long run.
I'm sorry. I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that. But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
Gavin then went on to introduce his design for the updated California state flag and show off his new merch for the upcoming 2028 election. From the Department of Homeland Security, today Kristi Noem announced that ICE arrested the so-called Maryland man, Kilmar Garcia. He will be processed for removal to Uganda. When asked for a comment, President Trump said this.
Deported.
Crypto czar David Sachs dropping facts about Gavin Newsom's record as governor.
Gavin probably will be the nominee because I do think that his performative antics are working with the base. I mean, they want an
Totally
anti-Trump, but the way to attack this is to talk about the record here. So let's just go through some of the numbers. So as we all know, we pay the highest taxes in the country for the worst public services. Gavin's spending turned a $75 billion surplus into a $20 billion deficit in just a couple of years. And somehow none of that money went to fill the reservoirs or fire hydrants. And so we had entire neighborhoods burned down as a result, and they can't get permits to rebuild. California has the fourth largest economy in the world, so that's good. But we have the highest rates of poverty, homelessness, inequality, illiteracy, and wage stagnation. So yes, wage stagnation, JCal, is the highest in the country. And we have the third highest unemployment among the 50 states. We're second only to Hawaii in housing costs. So you want to talk about making promises to lower housing costs. But if you look at blue states like California, they're among the worst. We're the worst in energy costs. And we have the highest rate of both retail crime and frivolous lawsuits. And that's why businesses are moving out of the state until the Democrats, I think, confront why they really lost. Okay. And it's not just because of the style of Trump. They want to just attribute it to Trump's style. But the reality is it's because of the policies. And it's
policies.
about, and it's about the record. And until they're willing to confront those things and change their policies, then I think they're going to continue losing.
And maybe David was a little unfair because he forgot to mention that California is the only state in the country where a guy who's being chased by the police after stealing a car had time to stop at a gas station and fill up his tank. After mayoral candidate Zoran Mondani was unable to bench press 135 pounds, current New York Mayor Eric Adams posted this: 64 versus 33, a lifetime of hard work versus a silver spoon. The results speak for themselves. The weight of the job is too heavy for Mom Scrawny. The only thing he can lift is your taxes. I gotta be honest, although we know that weak men create hard times, I am kind of jealous that I didn't come up with Mom Scrawny myself. Stop gambling on random coins. Here's what actually works for me. Cortex Trade, AI-powered, trades 24/7, plugged into Binance, Bybit, KuCoin, the whole deal. I threw in 10K of my own money, not play money. Profits, rolling in. Payouts, instant. No freezes, no shady delays, just straight to my wallet whenever I want. Don't want to risk it yet? Hit the demo mode and test it out for free. Links below. Check out Cortex Trade. And like always, do your own research. With the US set to host the 2026 World Cup, this was a little surprising.
I see the money that these soccer players are making. I may try and play. I'm a very good athlete. My son is a very good athlete, and he's a good soccer player. He's on the tall side for soccer. Yeah. He's 6'9". That's pretty tall. But that's pretty tall. It's on the tall side. Good. It's on the tall side, but he's good. But no, I may put on shorts. I look extremely good in shorts and join the play.
And after years of trying to make a comeback, it's nice to see that Colin Kaepernick was finally picked up by an NFL team. So you know I'll be watching, and I'll keep you updated with any new information. We need to stand up and let them know they're not going to fool us any longer. Our first step is to get rid of all the woke, new age reading material they're pushing on kids in these mandatory re-education camps known as the public school system, even if it means that I have to go through the trouble of writing my own books. Remember to always read the labels when you're shopping at the grocery store, and most importantly, be careful where you leave your green dildo.
Hi, sweetheart. There's no reason to be embarrassed, but I found your green goblin. Or that's what your mother used to call it. You should be a bit more careful about what you leave in the bathroom. Your younger brother is in there all the time for like hours on end. Please keep these things private. To be frank with you, I didn't believe it when I first saw it. These things are so much bigger than I remember. Anyways, take it easy, champ. You're not training for the Olympics. Let's keep the bathroom a family-friendly space. And don't worry, I won't tell Mom. Love you.
In the wilds of American politics, we encounter a remarkable tale of transformation. Our protagonist, a young idiotic bartender, embarks on an astonishing journey that takes her from behind the bar to the corrupt halls of Congress overnight. This young jackass, not known for her intellectual prowess, is driven by a fervent commitment to woke ideology.
And if you have a couple more minutes, you may have missed my last video where we talk about $30 XRP, and of course, some more jokes fully equipped with trigger warnings. Until the next time, be safe.